At 18,000 revolutions per minute, this isn't music. This is the scream of science. This is the inner world of pneumatic valve springs, of mean effective pressure, 300 brake horsepower per liter of displacement. The quest for the perfect four-stroke V8 naturally aspirated reciprocating engine. And in the middle of the hot metal, the carbon, the alloy technology, sits flesh and blood. Rising out of its carbon fiber monocoque, the coolest head. These are the eyes that can pick out a face in the crowd, as if motion were being slowed down. Not passing in a blur at 200 miles per hour. This is the pure mathematics of angles and aerodynamics, the physics of G-forces and friction, and the raw instinct to race. These are the masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Today we're traveling back in time to one of my favourite seasons in Formula 1 as we are playing a full F1 2009 season mod for the modern Formula 1 games. This epic mod is made by Kolar, and I'll link down below in the description to where you can go check out the mod for yourself, and it is really quite thorough. This epic mod has been made by Kolar for the F1 2020 game. I'll leave a link down below in the description if you want to go check out this mod for yourself, because, well, hopefully you'll know why I'm such a big fan of the 2009 season. Of course, the year where Jenson Button won his F1 World Championship. And like me, if you like to reminisce about that season to this day, especially since that, Brawn documentary just came out on Disney Plus as well, this kind of mod is perfect timing to play at this time of the year with that documentary just coming out and just having the vibe of wanting to relive the 09 season. And when I say this mod is thorough, it is thorough. We've got all the different teams: Brawn GP, Ferrari, Red Bull, Vodafone, McLaren, Mercedes, ING, Renault. We've got Scuderia Toro Rosso, Force India, BMW Sauber, Panasonic Toyota, and AT&T Williams. And of course, with all the different drivers that were driving for these teams at the time. For Brawn GP, Jenson Button and Rubens Barrichello. We've got Ferrari, Kimi Raikkonen, a young-looking Kimi Raikkonen, and Felipe Massa. We've got Red Bull. It's very junior-looking Sebastian Vettel in the season before he would go on to win 4 championships in a row alongside Mark Webber. Vodafone, McLaren, Mercedes, Heikki Kovalainen, and a junior-looking Lewis Hamilton. Honestly, this face has been done so well. These junior faces of these now older drivers that we have in F1 currently, really well made. Renault, we've got Fernando Alonso and Nelson Piquet Jr. Toro Rosso had 2 Sebastians, Bourdais and Buemi. Force India with Fisichella and Sutil. BMW Sauber with Robert Kubica as well, looking young as ever, and Nick Heidfeld. Toyota with Trilli and Glock. And finally is Williams with Nico Rosberg and Nakajima. So those are the drivers and teams, and just giving you a little better look at all the different cars. You know, a lot of them using, I think, a 2010 chassis to make it work. But, you know, well and truly, with what we've got to work with, you know, on the F1 2020 game, this is as accurate of a mod as you're ever going to get for the 2009 season. This mod's not just aesthetics though, it's also performance as well. It's still a work in progress mod, so things will change as we go through. So maybe by the time you try it out for yourself, it might be different to what I've got currently. But, you know, full performance mod for all these individual teams. You can even see that we've got the Bridgestone tyres, so no longer our soft, medium and hards. It's back to options and prime. Who remembers those? The green line for option and then the blank tyre for the prime. We're going to dive into a short race to get a taster of this mod with the visuals, the performance levels of the different cars, and of course, I can't not, I'm going to be driving as Jenson Button in the Brawn GP. I'll be starting at the back of the grid though. It's only a 5-lap race, but I'm hoping with the performance of the Brawn GP, we can get up into some good points today as we go to 5 red lights. Throwing it back to 2009 at the Canadian Grand Prix. It's a so-so getaway. Wasn't really too sure what to expect with the traction. Let's try and dive down the inside. Will I be given the room? Just about. Bourdais really gave me the squeeze. Now on the outside, what's the traction saying there? Okay, Bourdais done me a little bit, but He's now on the back foot. He's opened up the door, and we can dance the car around the outside to get up into P16. Already I can feel like these cars are super lightweight compared to what we're used to now in 2023. Even like the size of them is so ridiculously different now. Like this track looks massive now compared to these small cars. And, well, I mean, the hope is we get kind of back towards this in future Formula 1 regulations. That's always been the feedback from drivers, is the cars are way too heavy, way too big and cumbersome in the slow corners, as I'm just getting turned into by Fisichella like I'm not even there. Dive bombed 2 of them, caught them napping, and that's one thing with coming back on the F1 2020 game. The AI sometimes just don't even act like you're there on the inside. And now the Force India's got a run on me. Going to defend though, outbrake him, get to that apex. And the good thing is, with how lightweight these cars are, even if you feel like the car's floating about a little bit, because it's so light, you can just be very nimble and play around with the steering, play around with the throttle, and make it work as we try and go around the outside of the Toyota of Jarno Trulli on the outside. We're liking this move so far. We're really loving that move on the outside of that chicane as we're up to P12. Suttil up next, P11. Now, obviously, 09, the point system was different. It was the top 8 that get points, but on the game here with the mod, there's no way to mod the points that the game naturally gives. So technically, P10 is the points paying positions, but of course, in 09, it was a bit different. A win didn't count as much as it does now. Can we get down the inside of Suttil, I wonder? Very late on the brake. This Brawn car is brilliant on the brakes. Really good. Lacking maybe a little bit of straight line speed, I think, compared to some other cars. We've got the Mercedes engine in the back. Obviously, in 09, it was a very makeshift cutthroat job of getting a Mercedes into the back of this car that was originally meant to have a Honda. Oh, yeah. Caught that. Living dangerously, living very dangerously as we catch up now to Lewis Hamilton, JB's future teammate in the following season. As you may have seen, DRS is available message. I don't know if DRS is actually active in this mod or not, because, you know, we're driving with 7 gears. You would have hopefully also noticed, you know, so there are plenty of things that you can mod with the F1 game. DRS, I don't know if the mods removed it. Like, the message was there, but maybe the actual act of DRS, I think, has been removed. And that's accurate, of course, because there was no drag reduction system in 09. All the overtakes were old school, thoroughbred overtakes. Can we make a dive on Hamilton? I'm going for it. This Brawn's too good on the brakes there at that hairpin. Very, very good. But Hamilton comes back at me. No, I've misshifted there. It's very difficult because there's no shifter lights, and you have to kind of just listen for the top of the rev range to change. Oh, Hamilton. Big defense from him. And yeah, there is no DRS. So that is actually one thing that's really great then. The mod has removed DRS. And it makes our life a little bit trickier, actually, with DRS. There's probably a piss-easy challenge of trying to get up the order in this Brawn car. Right, I need to get him. I need to mince him here. On the inside. I think on the inside we go for it. Slipstream. Ease it out. There we go. Next up, Fernando. We're seeing all the familiar names now. Fighting Hamilton. We've got Alonso ahead that I'm trying to chase. Can't catch Alonso for the inside move. But we'll try and get him into the last chicane. I've also got Rich Mix that I haven't used, actually, so I should probably use some of that. Gaining. Going for the dive. Oh, get there. Really mounting the curb and use the lightweight car to its good use. And we've set a purple. We've gone quick. We're unlocking the potential of this Brawn as we catch up to the 2 Red Bulls. Oh. the two cars that were there trying to ruin the party for Brawn, for Jensen in 09. Right, I reckon I could get Webber maybe into the next corner if I'm good enough on power. Come on, come on. That was okay. That was okay. Not too much slipstream, though. I'm going to go for it, though. Oh, big dive. Sort out on the exit. Up to P8. We're living dangerously. We are living a bit dangerously. It's the last lap, though, so I've actually had to live dangerously. As that will be technically an 09 point system. That will be an overtake for points. P8. I'm actually quite glad, actually, in a way, that we haven't been able to just storm our way through. It does mean that I've set the AI at a decent level where in 5 laps it would have been a bit easy if we got up to first. But our teammate Barrichello has won the race, showing the Brawn had the pace today to dominate out in front. So that was a nice little throwback to racing in 2009, little glimpse of this mod and what it's all about visually. Actually driving it, handling wise, it just feels like a totally different game with this mod installed. Very much like any of the other kind of retro mods we've tried in the past for F1 2020. You know, we've done, what was it, the 03 mod, the 07 mod, I think it was last year, wasn't it, at this time of the year. And just like that 07 mod, career mode, my team, is a thing with this mod, and that's exactly what we're going to show you next. And that is because the creator of this mod, Kolar, has very kindly made me my own My Team career mode car and livery based on the Brawn GP chassis, of course, with my logos and resembling my old Aarava Archer Racing liveries from like my F1 2020 and 2021 series, you know, with the white, the black, and then obviously the fluoro neon, which not only matches the Brawn GP car, but also very nicely quadrant as well for my modern day team. And the depth that he's got into with this mod when it comes to actually setting up the My Team career mode is incredible. Like, you've got real world sponsors now for the main title sponsor that you sign at the start of the game. The engine supplier, now this is very cool. You can see they've all got their individual actual horsepower stats, and the weight of the chassis is affected by each choice. So you ignore the bottom values, as it says right there. So Toyota, they've got the most horsepower, but they've also got the heaviest car if you were to choose to go with them. So there's a fine balancing act of choosing between Toyota, Renault, Mercedes, and Ferrari in terms of power and the chassis weight. Very, very cool. And then also, when it comes to your teammate, well, you can see there, we've got Vitaly Petrov as our starting teammates. The driver market and people who you can sign are all filled with younger versions of, like, you know, current drivers or just period accurate drivers, you know, who are up and coming through the ranks of like GP2, GP3 at the time. So you've got like a young Valtteri Bottas, Sergio Perez, baby-faced Romain Grosjean, Daniel Ricciardo before he became into Formula 1, looking very, very young. So yeah, all round, just a really, really well-made mod, and a mod that works well in career mode as well, not just for Grand Prix mode if you want to play as one of the real drivers. So again, as I said, if you want to go check out the mod for yourself, I'll leave a link down below in the description. And, you know, like last year, you know, this time last year we played a really cool 2007 mod, and I went on to do a little mini series of My Team career mode with that mod in that era of cars. And I asked the question to you guys once again, would you guys like to see a mini career mode series doing one season, a shortened season with this 2009 mod? I think maybe more so than last year with the 07 mod. This one seems even more fitting because it's in the era where Jensen Button won his championship, a very cherished era for me in Formula 1. And of course, just like last year with that mod, with this mod, we also do have our own My Team car that has been made for us. So it's kind of almost like a bit rude not to maybe try out a little bit of My Team with that car. If you do, be sure to hit the like button on this video and just let me know down below with a comment and like thumbs up others that you're seeing if you agree, if you want to see a mini series with this mod. If you are new around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.